don't do something? How do you don't do it if you don't do it to fulfill it?
Exactly. Now, I'm going to look at a couple more scriptures here before we finish our teaching for the night. Now, to prove to you without a shadow of a doubt that he came against the law and the prophets, he in these scriptures, he's going to spell it out to you.
Yeah.
He's going to spell it out to you. And, I mean, one cannot see. I mean, if you can't see this, you have to be blind. Now, let's go to the book of Matthew, the 5th chapter. Let's look at verse 38. All right. He said, ye have heard that it has been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, that ye resist not evil. Huh? But whosoever shall smite thee on the right cheek, turn to him the other cheek. Now y'all know what the Most High said in the Old Testament. He says an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
That's right, and it never changed.
Now, the prophets had to tell this from generation to generation to all of our ancestors. But now he comes along and he says, oh no, we throw all that out. How can he take over God's place?
That's a law, y'all.
God said that his word is going to be forever. Now, let's look at another one. In the same verse here, Matthew the 5th chapter, let's look at verse 21. He says here, now, I mean, one cannot miss this one here. I mean, it's plain as day. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time. Huh? Israel.
Disrespect.
Are you with me?
Just disrespect.
Are you with me? Do you see how he come against the prophets of old? He said, ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not kill, or whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of judgment. My sisters and brothers, it's right in the pages. I mean, I can't understand why one cannot understand and see what we're showing you here. I mean,
and we don't have to go through every commandment.
If you can't see
y'all
then the Most High must not be showing it to you. All. Because if you can't see this, you can't be Hebrew. No, I mean, I'm being straight up. I have to be honest with you, because he said that it's given to the children. So here we are giving the children the Most High word. Those that get it, those are the children. The ones that don't get it, they are not the children. It's simple as that. I mean, this is not calculus.
But I think it says, and I think it says,
trigonometry or anything like that. This is basic 1, 2, 3. I mean, if you are not getting it, you're not Hebrew. Simple as that.
It's your law. It's Israel's law. That's why you can't get it. That's why you can always try to find something. I can show you that it's not like that, and I can show. Well, you don't have to show me. I know it's like this because the Most High told me it was this way. Now you go tell those that listen to you how it is.
And see, like, when you come against what we say here at LiveMeNoMore.org, and we show you, you're not coming against us. You're telling God, you got it wrong, dude.
I'm going to help you, God.
I'm going to help you. But anyway, we're going to close there. My sisters and brothers, we here at LiveMeNoMore.org, we wish all of our sisters and brothers a happy time doing our midweek teaching until our Sabbath. Shalom.
All praises to the Most High God, God of Israel. It's a privilege and an honor to come before you tonight, Israel. My name is V.C.E. Smith. I am the rib of the Watchman. And again, I say it's an honor and a privilege to be before you on this midweek teaching. Tonight, we're going to examine a few things. I have noticed a lot of requests, and I've noticed a lot of questions asked. That some of these questions, I don't know if these people are Hebrew or not. I can tell pretty much by your wording that you have wisdom, you have understanding, and you are receiving what the Most High God is telling you, because what? It's for the children. You are a child of the Most High God. And we don't answer everybody. We can't answer everybody. It's just us. And we didn't really want to answer back and forth because sometimes questions can get a little ridiculous. Sometimes they can be questions that just don't have anything to do with Israel. They're so far out there. They have nothing to do with us. So we don't respond all the time. And there are times we try to. We know some of our family and we try to get to them. But we don't want to slight anyone. And again, like I said, we don't really take requests. We don't do requests because the Most Holy leads and guides us and tells us at this time, this is what I want Israel to know. This is what I want you to speak on. So tonight, I had long meditation, and spoke with the Father. And I asked him, can I share this with the children, because a lot of people are confused about how your word is written. There are many scriptures that just downright don't apply to you. There are many statements made in the Bible that have nothing to do with you, even though you're the chosen, even though you are a Hebrew Israelite. They have nothing to do with you. It's either someone saying something to God, talking to the Father, or it's them expressing a feeling or telling him how wonderful he is. They have nothing to do with you. I mean, you can read them because he had them published. He wanted you to hear how some of his priests and his kings and his prophets spoke to him and the kind of conversations they carried on. So we're going to look at something that I think I feel needs to be addressed with our people, because we don't quite understand when it's about us, when we can use it, when we can apply it, or if it's just something wonderful to read. So we're going to look tonight at Psalms 23. Now, see, when I was in Christianity, Christianity, whatever it is, I cleaved to Psalms 23. I cleaved to it because I was taught through Christianity. This is one of the Lord's prayers. This is something that you should be saying. You should pray this prayer and believe in this prayer. But the Most Holy told me, not so. No way. As they might say, oh, no way, Jose. So we're going to examine Psalms 23 and see why the Father says this has nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing on the planet does this have to do with you. So we're going to start at the beginning here at verse 1. And it goes like this. Oh, first of all, let me give you an introduction about it. This is your king. This is your King David speaking to his king, which is King of Kings and Lord of Lords. He has a personal relationship with the Father. He knows the Father. He's seen the Father. He's talked with the Father. He's spent time with the Father. This is David talking to the Father. The Lord is my possession, ownership, personal, my shepherd. I, singular, not the house of Israel, not your people, not everybody. I shall not want. Now, let's break this down. Let's look at something here in Deuteronomy, because I want you to get a full understanding of how this does not apply to you. King David told God, I shall not want. And that was true. King David didn't want for anything. He was the king of Israel. There was nothing for him to want. God supplied all his needs and his wants and everything. He could take what he wanted. He was king. He was ruler. Let's look at you. Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy. David didn't serve nobody. Nobody but the Most High God. Which the Lord shall send against thee. In hunger. You think David the king was hungry? You think there was a time one of the servants or one of the priests or anybody let their king go hungry? No. But you Let's read on. And in thirst. Look at there. Look at Detroit. Look at all those folks. In Flint, Michigan. Look at all these people and the type of water they've got. Do you think they could speak, I shall not want? They want water. You got to pay your fucking water bill to keep water coming. Ain't no shall not want for you. He says, and in nakedness. You got to buy your clothes. You got to go out and make sure you can keep clothes on your back. You got to make sure you can keep a slave wage paying job. You got to make sure you can cover and make ends meet. And in want of all things, you want everything. You're in need of a place to live. You're in need of an automobile. You're in need of gas to stay in it. You're in need of hoping and praying you can keep that lowly job you got. You, Israel, this is you. Therefore shall thou serve thine enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. King David said, I shall not want. Not you. Let's keep going. Verse 2 says, he maketh me possessive. Me. He wasn't saying, he maketh Israel. He said, he maketh me to lie down in green pastures. Where the hell you people go and lay down in green pastures? What land do you own that you walk out of your front door and you decide you want to go over there and lay over in those pastures? That's not you. This is David telling God how thankful he is for what he can do. He says, he leadeth me beside the still waters. Y'all don't live by no still waters. God's not leading you by them anyway. If you live by a river or a stream or whatever, God's not leading you. That's just where your house was built or where the house you're renting is. That's not what David's talking about. David said, he leadeth me besides the still waters. He restoreth my soul, not yours. Your soul hasn't been restored. You still in bondage. You live over here in Egypt, in hell. You are not restored. He restored my soul. King David told the Father. That's what he did for him. Huh? He said, he leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. He led King David down the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. What does that mean? He came through the lineage of Abraham. He was born through his father Jesse. Huh? Through the path of righteousness that King David is expressing to the Father for his name's sake. So that when somebody says something, your name, Israel, your name, Father, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. For this was done for you, not what was done for you. Some of y'all name Moshe, Lisha, Kasha, Tisha, and all that kind of stuff. That ain't got nothing to do with God. You're going to get a real name eventually. He says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadows of death. Do y'all know what David was talking about when he said, I walk through the shadows of the valley, the valleys of the shadows of death? King David was a warrior. He had to fight. He had to have battles. We all know that Saul had a problem with him. Because Saul killed thousands and David killed 10,000s. Huh? Tens of thousands. Huh? Saul killed thousands. David killed tens of thousands. He walked through the shadows of death. Huh? Not you. And you got some death going on over here, but you're not dealing with what the king dealt with. The king went out to battle against nations and fought, and with his God he won. He came out of the shadows of death, because death could have taken him in those battles as it did some of the others, but God led him out. He said, I will fear no evil. Not you. You scared of everything. You get in your car, you black Hebrew Israelite, and turn the key, and you looking every which kind of way. hoping you don't get pulled over, hoping you don't get stopped, hoping you don't get shot. You can't pray this prayer. You can't make this statement.